Ladies, this is how you get the guy to commit.
This is really the only one thing you got to do to ensure the right guy will commit to you. So, of course, we got to give the ladies the masculine and the feminine energy perspective. And it's okay if you don't agree with us, but we are here to help you. And we know that this works because we have coached so many women in the area of inner healing, feminine energy, in dating, and in marriage.
If you ladies have found that men aren't committing to you for some reason,
Yeah.
you have the look, you have everything that they said that you need for a man to want to commit to you. One thing that you have to look at is,
And for those lovely ladies that are new here, what's up? I'm Natasha.
and I'm Brian.
I was a former single mom with 4 kids, went through a whole bunch of trauma and loss. If you're interested in learning more about dating and relationships and feeling good in your body again, I'm talking your hormones, your nervous system, all that.
Click the subscribe button so you don't miss any of our videos and content.
First of all, ladies, you got to ask yourself, do you even want this guy to commit to you? Or is this a game that you are playing? A lot of times women, especially women that have no self-awareness or haven't done any inner healing, you are actually seeking validation, especially from guys that don't want you or aren't showing up consistently for you in their healthy masculine energy. You are so used to unhealthy masculine energy patterns from childhood, from past relationships, that's all you know. And what we do subconsciously as adults, even as grown women, successful, beautiful, smart, God-fearing women, is we are still subconsciously seeking validation from men.
The thing is, as well, no matter what you do, if a guy doesn't want to commit to you and doesn't want to be with you, doesn't want to marry you, there's nothing you can do about that. Now, there are things you can do as far as things to show him that you're someone potentially that he could be with.
Yeah.
But it comes down to, does he want to be with you or not? And if he doesn't want to be with you, you can be the nicest, the funnest, you can have, the best career, whatever the case is, it's nothing you can do to be with this guy on a serious note where he's actually committed to you.
Yeah. So, in other words, ladies, you can't convince a man that doesn't want to be married to be married. Right. And that was like one thing I was so intentional about with calling in my husband, and we've been married now for, I think it's 7 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, about 7 months, having the best time of our life. But I was so intentional about only dating men that want to be married. Okay, and this is something we go really deep in with our women in the Feminine Energy Academy, but you have to attract men that actually want to be married.
And the guy will be with you.
Yeah.
He'll have a relationship with you, a situationship, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
He'll be with you because it's benefiting him in some way.
Totally.
It could be where you're just someone he can depend on. So he loves that dependability.
Yeah.
So he'll keep you around.
Yeah.
You might even know his family, his friends,
Yeah.
but you'll never cross the altar with this guy. He'll never put your name. You'll never get his last name. Anything like that won't happen because he's just not attracted to you in that way. It's nothing you can do about it.
So true. And another thing, like just to piggyback off what you're saying, babe, because it's such a good point, is a lot of times guys, they'll say, oh yeah, we're going to get married next year or in 2 years from now, or like once I get this in order, once I get that in order. And they're kind of pulling you along, they're dragging you along, doing just enough to keep you locked into them, right? But really they have no intention of being married. Or maybe they, in their mind, they want to be married, but they're just not ready to be married. So you got to ask yourself, baby girl, you got to ask yourself, especially for my ladies that are over 30, do you want to be wasting time with these guys? Right? And especially if you want to have more kids, if you want to move on with your life, do you want to invest all these years into a guy, get hormonally, energetically, spiritually entangled, financially, a lot of you girls that are living with guys, financially entangled with a man that is not committed to marriage with you. Okay, so ladies, the one thing that will ensure that the right guy commits to you is if you move on. If this man has not committed to you, You guys have talked about marriage. You guys have talked about having a family together. You've told him, I'm ready to get married. It doesn't need to be him,
Yes.
but you're ready to get married.
Mm.
And he is still dragging things along. Then you have to move on, babe, because that will be the number one thing
Yes.
that will show you and him if he really wants to be with you.
Yes.
Because a man that truly wants to be married to you, to commit to you, to provide, protect you. I'm not talking about you being his girlfriend, okay, or a situationship. I'm talking about a man that wholeheartedly, financially, energetically, spiritually wants to commit to you, protect you, provide for you. That type of man in marriage, publicly, he is not going to want to see you with another man.
And one thing that you have to do, as the ladies have to do in situations, is make sure you detach from exactly how he looks, all the stuff on your list that really doesn't matter. What I'm talking about is what you want out of a husband. Someone who's a protector, provider, someone who's there for your family, for your potential kids, someone you can trust. Just someone who's a husband. That's what you want. A lot of times what happens is it's hard to find men that'll commit to you because you're looking for someone 6'2", dark skin, making $200,000 a year, living in this, driving this type of car. And what men will commit to, and this is so important as well, because the right man's out there, and what they're willing to commit to is a wife. So that's being a wife already. That doesn't mean that I'll become a wife once he helps me settle down or he shows me that he's the one for me. No, you have to become it before he even is attracted to you. So that's the major thing that we have to know, because like you said, men won't let, especially men, because like you said, men that want to be married are looking for wives. So if they see a wife out there, they're not just going to let you go past and okay, that was a nice wife right there, I'll find the next one. No, it's
so good.
They'll make sure that they do whatever they have to do to get you if the attraction is there. And you just being a wife is attractive to a lot of men.
Babe, that was so good. I can already hear the comments coming, the triggered women. How come you guys always talk about girls and their looks, but for us, we're not supposed to look at the guys' looks, right? That's what you girls are thinking. Because, ladies, we're talking about masculine and feminine energy. You can get mad at us all you want in the comments and be triggered, and that's okay. Lean in, baby. That's just a sign you need healing, baby girl, okay? This stuff works. But anyway, what the masculine wants and what the feminine wants is two different things. Most women are functioning in their masculine energy. Most women are, right? That's why you got hormone issues. That's why you attract men that are flaky and inconsistent. That's why you're burnt out, you're exhausted, and that's why you're going after men based on their looks. Okay, that's a classic sign of a woman in her masculine energy, right? A healthy masculine energy man is the provider, he's the protector, he's consistent, he's not emotionally all over the place like a woman is, and he desires looks, he desires to be attracted to you. Now, like what we always talk about in all of our videos, so if you're just taking one little clip, you're taking it out of context, but what we talk about is, and Coach B talks about this, is initially the looks is what attracts the man to come and approach you or stop scrolling and swiping and they land on you. That gets their attention like a hook. But what keeps them, what gets them to commit to you, where they are willing to sacrifice everything, what gets them to want to compete for you, like a sperm, like a natural sperm does, he competes, he chases. This is how masculine energy has been wired, is that you are already embodied in wife energy. You're already the health healed whole egg. You're not triggered and wounded and have all these issues and angry and jaded and triggered in the comments, all this stuff, and thinking a man's going to want to commit to you. He's not going to. And it's going to be subconscious, babe.
Just adding to it, if you ladies have found that men aren't committing to you for some reason, you have the looks, you have everything that they said that you need for a man that want to commit to you. One thing that you have to look at is, are you really functioning in your feminine? And are you wife material? Not where, okay, I know how to cook and clean. No, are you in your feminine wife era where it's not, you're just going out doing stuff, you're going to all the girls' night out, you're partying until 12 at night. You can do what you want to do if you're single. That's not an issue.
Yeah.
But if you're looking for a provider energy man, he's not going to want a wife who's just always out doing stuff. Someone who's more focused on life, their career, maybe focused on their hobbies, things, enjoying themselves in a way where you're not putting yourself just out there where you seem easy.
Yeah.
And this is a thing that we have to know, that men, if you're not in a committed relationship, men don't want women that other men don't want.
Ooh, okay, ladies, lean in. Don't scroll away. You need to hear this. And trust me, I knew this before he came into the picture.
Yeah.
Okay, this is how men are wired. They are sperm. Okay, they're sperm. There's not one sperm going after the egg. There's
Right.
multiple sperm.
Exactly.
That's how they've been wired at a DNA level. So this is, you can get mad at us all you want and say it's not fair, but this is how men are wired. They are not coming for you if no one else is coming for you.
That's the 100% truth, because the way we look at it is you're going to be there.
Yes.
So I can come back there whenever I desire to come. I don't care if you're
Yep.
a fitness model. I don't care
Yep.
if you're Miss America.
Yep.
You're available. So if you're available, I don't have to invest in that. I don't have to give you my time.
Yep.
I'll come back there when I'm bored. I'll come back when the other one doesn't work out.
Exactly. I'll test around.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're there. So
Yeah.
we don't want you if nobody else wants you. Now, as soon as you detach and go silent, and as soon as you get into a relationship, here that guy comes running back. He's texting you.
Yep.
But until you focus on yourself and do what you need to do,
Yep.
and really go in the direction of relationships, whatever it is, until you start detaching yourself from him, he's not going to be the one for you, because he's not going to show you what you need as that woman.
Babe, that is so good. This is why we teach rotational dating for marriage, because right away you're going to see the man that wants to commit to you, because he sees other guys taking you out. You're not sleeping with these guys. You're not intimate with these guys. You can not even like these guys. Okay. But trust, you have to keep yourself busy with other guys chasing you, so that the man that you really desire to be with, who is a husband, wants to take you off the market. And I know you're thinking, oh, this is games. These are all games. This is exhausting, blah, blah, blah. Fine, baby girl, keep doing what you're doing. If it's working, okay? If that's working, go for it. But for the women that we help, they're getting engaged and married, okay?
Yeah, because what's really exhausting is month after month, year after year, you're coming across the same guys. You're still single. You haven't found that relationship, but nothing has changed. You haven't made any adjustments in the way you're approaching it. That becomes exhausting, becomes frustrating, and that causes you to not even want to move forward in the direction. But what we're showing you and telling you today will have that man just after you. And just like us, getting engaged and married in 11 months, that's what happens when you detach and move on from him and really get yourself in that wife, when you really become a wife.
Exactly. And we were celibate. You know, that was a decision I made. I was like, I'm saving myself for my husband. He obviously didn't like it, but he went along with it. And that also speeds up the engagement and marriage with a healthy man. Okay. Not with just some guy that's trying to play games with you. We're talking about attracting healthy men. Okay. So if you find that right now no guys are chasing you, don't reject yourself, babe. Okay. Like, don't start beating yourself up. No judgment. It's really your energy. You are perfect. You are the right type of pretty for your husband. I promise you that. Now, there might be a skill gap there. There's a very good chance that there's a skill gap there. And that's why no guys are chasing you right now, or you haven't been able to maintain a healthy relationship. And that's something that we really help our girls with, healing, first of all, their energy, but also understanding the skills of attracting and keeping a healthy masculine energy man, not a man that doesn't want to be married. We're talking about men that want to be married, and there's a ton of them. Trust me, there's a ton of them. Okay. But what I encourage you to do, babe, is just look at the patterns in your life. Look at the patterns in your life, babe. That shows you everything you need to know about where your energy is at. Not about the guys, but the energy that where you are at. Because those are things that can shift. This is why we do videos on guys are going to start approaching you. Guys are going to start asking you out. You're going to have multiple guys that want to marry you, because these are
Yes.
things that actually works with our women, not only just us. So instead of getting mad at the guys, I want you to take some time and do some self-reflection, get into our programs if you need to, and start changing these patterns.
Yes.
So it's normal that multiple guys are chasing you and want to date and marry you. And it does not matter how old you are.
So, ladies, let us know what you think in the comments.
Yes, ladies. And of course, we will leave our links below to the Feminine Energy Academy or to the Princess Bundle. And if you want to get your dating, your marriage game right, you want to feel confident, you want to do some inner healing, especially that nervous system healing, breaking patterns, healing love blocks, healing receiving blocks, getting your body and your hormones right, then we will leave the resources for you below. And we love you girls so
We love
much.
you,
And I hope
ladies.
you know that.